Arun is a small district council serving a wide variety of coastal and rural towns and villages in West Sussex.
Arun is on the south coast, very popular for people to retire. A number of people retire from London. We have a population of approximately 140,000.
3 principal towns, Bognor Regis in the west, Littlehampton in the east and Arundel at the foot of the Downs. And I suppose it's characterised by having an elderly population in comparison to many other local authorities in the country.
We do have certain areas, both in Littlehampton and Bognor Regis particularly, which have high areas of deprivation. But those people who don't have that money and are struggling, who live in fuel poverty, elderly people for example, may own a large property which they can't afford to heat. They don't want to move, they've made that decision, so how best can we help them?
This means a particular set of challenges for the council when it comes to changing practices and spreading the message about renewable energy and energy conservation.
In order to address energy costs, which we know have escalated considerably over the last few years, we need to guide them to where they can gain efficiencies and savings in that. The other impact is that elderly people can particularly suffer from colder weather. We need to ensure that they're kept warm and that they can actually afford to keep their heating on.
Well, there's 3 main areas where we deal with energy efficiency. There's the council's own stock. It owns its own council stock, traditionally known as council housing. Tremendous amount of work's gone on there.
Arun have improved energy saving in 99% of council properties and have installed solar water heating panels in some of their sheltered housing.
Then there's the council's own buildings, the civic buildings, where we've put water-saving devices in, upgraded heating systems, and generally trying to reduce the carbon footprint and save money for the council. And then the third area, which I'm closely involved in, is the rest of the housing stock, what people would know as the private sector housing stock, that's owner-occupied and rented. And we work very hard to try and encourage people to take up measures, if they can afford to pay for it, to insulate their properties, put more efficient boilers in, but also those people that can't afford it, where grants are available. If we can assist, but if not, bring in money, external funding to help those people to improve the energy efficiency of their homes and make them healthier homes.
Solar energy is one of the areas in which Arun have offered assistance to homeowners in the private sector.
I got £100 from the Arun District Council and £500 from the Carbon Trust for having it installed. Well, I haven't had to, in 2 years that it's been installed, I haven't had to have the boiler on for hot water at all. The boiler is only on when it's very cold, and that's not for hot water, that is just for the central heating.
Arun also works with local landlords to improve energy efficiency in the private rental sector.
I was approached by a lady called Zoe, and she told me that there was a grant of nearly £6,000 available for high-efficiency boilers. But prior to getting this boiler, you would always be aware of the amount of gas your old boiler was using. So subsequently, there would be times when you'd have it switched off when it should be switched on. Now you feel that you can give them the level of comfort that they require.
Arun has another way of spreading the word among the local population. This is the Mobile Energy Efficiency Advice Centre. It's a simple but effective way of engaging with the public and encouraging them to think and act on everything from light bulbs to heat insulation.
This is the mobile unit of the Energy Efficiency Advice Centre, and basically they give out information on how to keep warm and well during winter, energy efficiency advice, what grants are available, and probably the biggest story is they give out free light bulbs as well.
Generally it's very positive because they're getting something for nothing, and once they discover that we're not a fuel supplier or anything like that, and usually that we're there on behalf of the council, they relax a little bit and they're happy to talk to us. I think they like to see their local authority making the effort to get information and services like this out to them in where they live.
Arun are proving that to make real changes happen, you don't have to have grand, expensive campaigns or impossible-to-fund activities. This is how they define their future in sustainable energy.
What we like to do is build on it, look at the opportunities, learn from other people as well, other councils, other organisations in the country, see what they've achieved, look at best practice, adapt that for Sussex, adapt that to work with other councils in Sussex, and increase the measures.